Brew, your reaction to Steve Kerr's worry?
Well, if Jimmy's out, I got to rethink this series.
Yeah,
I mean,
you think?
If Jimmy's out, like, maybe even 2 games, but 3 or more, they're done. Like, they are not a 7 seed without Butler. You know, I mean, I guess you could be a 10 seed and get that 7 spot, but
they're a 4
or the
seed with Jimmy. They're a 10 seed without him.
Like
so that's how they became a 7.
Absolutely, and you saw it yesterday. I mean, we know the benefit he's been to Steph. Steph's scoring went from about 22 to 28 points a game with Butler there. They were 23-7 with Butler. Without him, they're 25-27. So that tells you right there that they're not like a high-ranking playoff team without him. Yesterday, they held Steph to 20 points. I get it that they did that with Butler on the floor when he had the 3-point game. But you could see yesterday, they could throw everything at Steph because you don't have to worry about any other. Even with Butler, there's a limit of high-level scorers on that team. Without Butler, now it's just all on Steph. So they're in deep trouble. I hope for this, just not even because I picked the Warriors, but for the sake of what was really a highly competitive series, I hope he's able to play because it's not a sure thing even with him. Obviously, Houston looked pretty good before Butler got hurt.
Yeah, listen, I think they were going to win that game last night. I said it before, and I think we have seen that in these playoffs, if it's not just a total mismatch, the more desperate team is undefeated. You know what I mean? And so the Pistons won, the Clippers won, the Lakers won, the Warriors won, and I also want to say one other thing, because there's been a lunatic fringe that has taken over, it would appear, some of Warriors' Twitter, saying, Amen Thompson, that was a dirty play. No. I think that is so...
Nick, literally Colin Cowherd said it was a dirty play. So is Colin Cowherd a lunatic? Ooh.
Out Jimmy's legs. I thought there was a more dangerous play at a different part of the game. I thought of you when someone dove for a loose ball. It might have been Dylan Brooks and landed on Steph. Steph ended up being fine. It was one of the times he and Jalen Green were wrestling for the ball. But
Also
they can't win this series if Jimmy misses real time. But even if he doesn't, I think last night might have been the end of their chance of winning the championship.
Oh.
Because I think for them to win the championship, they needed this series to go quick, they needed to come out unscathed, and they needed to be able to get some rest and for a next round fight against the Lakers, and then a next round, or even the Timberwolves, but I think it'll be the Lakers. And now I think their best case scenario is they win this thing in 7 games in an absolute war, and I just don't think they have enough horses. I think you saw it last night.
Oh my God. This is so insane right now. This is so insane, okay? This is so insane because then you should have this exact same take about the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James, okay? Which I do have similar takes for both those teams. But we know Nick doesn't. Nick's already saying, oh, the Lakers are great. They proved that they're great. They won the game against the Timberwolves, etc., etc., etc. Hallelujah. But with the Warriors, it's, oh, no, they're in trouble. It's already over now. You know, yes, if Jimmy Butler does not play, it is over for the Warriors, just like it would be over for every single team. LeBron James and the Lakers are not winning any series if Luka goes down. Luka's not winning any series with the Lakers if LeBron goes down. That's the way this works. Don't tell me about the Boston Celtics. They played the Orlando Magic. This is not the same thing here. This is not the same thing. So we can stop. It's hard to win games when you don't have your 2 best players playing at the same time. That's the way that the NBA works. That's the way how the NBA has always worked. Okay? So this isn't unique to the Warriors by any stretch of the imagination. By any stretch of the imagination. So these takes are getting absurd right now. Literally are just, oh my God. It's so ridiculous. It's honestly, it's just so ridiculous. Oh, I think the Warriors would have already lost this game even with Jimmy Butler on the floor. Based off of the first 7 minutes of a basketball game? What? Under that logic, in game 1 with the Lakers versus the Timberwolves, the Lakers should have won that game. And according to the first 8 minutes of that game too. Just stop. Stop with this nonsense. And now we're automatically jumping to this being a 7-game series. I mean, again, everything changes if Jimmy Butler's out or if he's not like truly like, I don't want to say 100% because you're never 100%, but like truly still playing at a top level. Not a level where he has to really kind of like muscle it through, where he can obviously be a force for the team. But to just already be like, oh, they're done. They have already lost their chance at winning a title now is utter insanity. Utter insanity. And you know what's so weird? You know what's weird? When the Golden State Warriors beat the Memphis Grizzlies, Ja Morant rolled his ankle or whatever and came off. And Nick said, boy, were the Warriors lucky for that one. You know, if Ja Morant doesn't roll his ankle, there's a great chance they lose that game. And now Jimmy Butler goes down in the first quarter, misses essentially the entire game, whereas Ja Morant played essentially the entire game. He played 34 minutes, 35 minutes. You know, he played pretty much the bulk of his minutes that he would normally play. And yet the Warriors were lucky, and yet in this game, the Rockets proved who they are. Make that make sense. Please, make that make sense. And please explain to me how a hard-fought physical series for LeBron James, 40-plus-year-old LeBron James, that going deep with the Minnesota Timberwolves ain't no thing. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. And you don't tell me it's just because of Luka on the team. We've already been through this. You need your top 2, top 3 guys to ball. That's how this works. That's how this always works. Literally, we have the best example of this with MJ and Pippen. Like, who hit the big shot against the Golden State Warriors? Kyrie Irving. Who went off with Jokic? Jamal Murray. Who went off with Steph? KD. Klay Thompson. Like, you always need multiple guys here. That's the way the NBA works. That's the way the NBA has always worked. Always, always, always. So yes, when you take out a power as big as Jimmy Butler, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. And if you're concerned that, oh, well, Steph is now a little bit older and he's wear and tear, and now what's going to happen in the next series and this, that, then you have to have that exact same take about LeBron James. The exact same take. Especially when LeBron James has shown over the last few playoff runs to be out of gas. And now he's had to play like lockdown, intense defense from the jump in these games. And yet there's no concerns about that whatsoever. No concerns. None. Not at all. The Timberwolves' physicality? Nah, who cares? Doesn't matter. Weird. Because of Rui Hachimura? Huh? Okay. I guess? I guess Austin Reeves. I mean, like, I mean, okay, I guess. I know everyone loves to boost Austin Reeves as like the next big thing. I guess because he's like cool. You know, he wears a headband. You can call him AR. It's like, all right, I guess. We got some wild stuff out here, man. And I already did my whole take about Butler being injured and Thompson, you know, getting, you know, going into him. So I'm not gonna rehash that. I don't claim that this was like a purposeful dirty play. But the idea that he doesn't have this control over his body, like I've already went on this whole long rant, and I recommend you watch out my video on this where Colin says it was a dirty play, and I talk about it for the herd. These young guys do not know fundamentally how to play in the flow of a basketball game. They do not understand. They do not control their body. They are a liability for everyone out there. There is a reason why none of the veterans want to play with young players. There is a reason why Kuminga is not on the court. And he had a dangerous play against LeBron James a few weeks ago where he just like slammed into his body in a play that essentially like never happens. It only happens with young guys or with a player who's trying to do something, questionable. There's a reason why. If Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green and Steph Curry wanted Kuminga on the court, Kuminga would be on the court. They don't want him either. Nobody ever wants these young guys. And yeah, that dive at the legs of Dillon Brooks, like all that stuff is disgusting. It's not even an unwritten rule. It's a handshake of a man-to-man, like, we don't do this. We know how to play a game where we can go really hard, but still do so in a safe way. And these young guys do not know how to do it. They're a bunch of toddlers who just went through growth spurts. Go watch the Olympics. That's why I keep referencing the Olympics. Go watch the Olympics. Go look how out of place Ant was. And he's a monster. He's a beast. Go look when he was on the floor. He was so out of place. Then go watch Steph. Go watch KD. Go watch LeBron. Even when Steph couldn't even make a shot when he went on his little cold run. It's just night and day difference. Go look at Drew Holiday. Someone who's slower, weaker, nowhere near as athletic and big and strong as, a lot of guys in the NBA, quite frankly, but especially Ant. Look how much more seamless he fits in. Look how he navigates and moves throughout the court. Basketball is very much poetry in motion, and the younger guys do not get it. They are always a liability, and that's how you have that play. That's how you have that play. Control your body. It's like Ja Morant when he kept getting injured from all his dunks. It's like you're the one that's going for plays that are clearly going to lead to injuries and you getting banged up. That's your own dumb fault. Control your body. Even when Thompson kind of went forward like that, there is an absolute positive way for you to contort your body and to evade, slamming into Jimmy Butler. No question about it. But the way how he was like, whoa, was like he was on ice skates. Like he's never played basketball a day in his life. Again, it's absolutely reminiscent to watching a bunch of 15-year-olds who randomly go through growth spurts. Or if you ever watch kids, or if you played growing up in an intramural league where you just have pretty much like everyone playing, and then you have a couple of those occasional kids who are just like really big because they definitely just hit some growth spurts pretty early on, and the way they move, the way they jump, it's like they don't know how to use their body. That's what so many young guys look like in the NBA. It's not just their skill. It's their ability to navigate a game. And it's so perfect that I had been talking about this so much leading up to these playoffs. And now we have a perfect example of not only why is it bad basketball, but why it's dangerous as well. Like I keep saying, there is a reason why Steph Curry, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, Kevin Durant, I can keep going, Giannis, they want nothing to do with these young players. They want nothing to do with them. Nothing. There is a reason why Jordan Poole got shipped out. Want nothing to do with them. There's a reason why Kuminga can't stay on the court. They want nothing to do with them. It's why LeBron James always ships out the young guys and says, give me veterans. Because it matters. And now it's directly worsening just the entertainment value of the NBA. Of what we can watch. And it's not fair to gaslight people and say that they're a bunch of lunatics. Oh, it's a bunch of Warriors fans and they're lunatics for saying that it was a dirty play. When Colin Cowherd opened his show, the very first take he had of the day was about that play. And said, I would suspend him as long as Jimmy Butler is out. Colin Cowherd's not a lunatic. And I'm not even saying that that's my take. I'm not even saying that I agree with that. But he's not a lunatic. Colin Cowherd's not a lunatic. He's not a Warriors fan. Like, huh? So don't gaslight people, the people who are angry about this, and call them lunatics. Those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Golden State Warriors having to play without Jimmy Butler right now, and kind of what this does to the series? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.